Foster Irvin, Rochester, Minnesota. It's going to start getting cold out here in a couple of days. I'm talking about it's getting cold. I'm talking about ice making cold. Yes, sir. Ice making cold. We're going to get Bridget. Bridget? Okay, let's try the swim jig. Alright, these are the go-to. That trout go bananas over these swim jigs. It's a little chilly out today. Not pretty. I would drink. But it's the wind. That's cold. There's a trout out here. Let's swim here and go find it. Ice making weather. Not tomorrow, but the next 3-4 days. We're going to be walking on ice sooner than I thought. Usually it's the second week of December. It's going to be sooner this year. These 4 days. Looking into the 20s and the 15s at night. That's going to make some beautiful ice. Yes, and I'm going to be on the ice this year, and so are you if you watch. So please subscribe and watch. We will go out pike fishing, northern pike fishing, with flag ups, tip ups. It'll be fun. So there are going to be loads of fun. Yeah. Sometimes they hang out in the center, and they school up in a tornado, like I call it. Sometimes they hang out in the center, and they just don't travel. In the hatchery, they school up like that too. So why wouldn't they do it after they stock them here? Okay, we're just going to go to Fathead Minnow. I don't know how long we'll be out here today. It's like a little chilly. Wind factor. Well, I said, hey, I got some fathead minnows. Let's take the opportunity these next 2 days to fish, because this may be the last 2 days of open water for all I know. So I gotta get out here regardless of the weather, because then we're gonna have like 4 days where I can't fish. Oh my God, 4 days without fishing. What am I gonna do? I guess I'm gonna get on the treadmill, get a little exercise in. Get ready for that ice. Okay, fathead minnow through the eyeballs. All right, never see it coming. Let's get out there and find some. About 5 feet down. That's almost glove weather, I would say. It's cold enough where your fingertips start freezing. Anybody watching today? Come on, where you at? Yeah. Maybe 1 or 2 of them today. Yesterday you got 4. Yesterday I got 4. Like 13-inch or two. Had some good fillets on them. Just got done raining and snowing this morning. Nice wintry mix that makes being outside horrible. Nothing worse than a cold rain. That's me. It's the worst. You get wet and then you're freezing your head off. Not the only nut out here though. There's another guy working the shoreline. That stock truck should be coming down this week too, because this week is the week of Thanksgiving. They stock when the kids are off school, which would be Thanksgiving around the holidays. Truck should be rolling down the hill with another at least 600, maybe, who knows, 1,200 they might bump in here since it's a holiday. We'll see. Yeah, love my furry red fox fur hat. Keeps my head warm. I may look silly. My wife says I look silly in it, but it keeps my head warm, man. That's all that counts to me. Warmest hat I ever owned. $80 off Etsy and bought from the Ukraine. Shipped from the Ukraine. That's $80 with the shipping. Unbelievable price. In the United States, this hat would have went for $400 or $500. He's walking on water. Hard water. I guess I'm going to go down further and see if I can find him. I'm finding him at 4 feet. Let's go down to 6'5". All right. What we got is 6 feet, 7 feet. That's the way you work the depth bobber. Search until you find where they're feeding, what level of depth they're feeding the fish. Yeah, I don't like being on the stock when it's windy. That's my 1,200. blustery day today. Just with one day. Sometimes the conditions are just not as favorable for fishing today. Winds all over the place, coming from every direction. This pond is suppressed like a toilet bowl. It blocks a little bit of the wind at least. It makes it much more colder. Yeah, I do got my gloves with me. Try them on. I haven't put on a pair of gloves for over a year. Let's try them on for size. These are my ice fishing gloves. Alright, now we're set, huh? Now we're stylish. Furry hat and fluorescent gloves. Create my own styles. Come on, give me one trout. Give me just one. Then let me see that truck will come rolling down the hill, the stock truck. I'll try to run over there and tape it if he does. I enjoy videotaping when they're stocking thoroughly. And if you guys follow me, you'll know when they stock. Because I'll run all the way over to the other side of the pond just to get the video. You'll be able to see what size they stock too. Yeah, I don't see any jumpers today, which makes me feel that they might be at a deeper depth than regularly. Sometimes they just hide right underneath the dock too. I don't always think you got to get your bobber out the furthest. Sometimes they come in at night, find it's comfortable, underneath the dock, boom, they just fall asleep, go in a trance state. Just swimming. There we go. One little nibble. Come on, do it again. this whole dock go? Underneath it, left, right. Don't sit in one spot fishing or you ain't gonna find the fish. It's best to move around. Work the whole pond too, if you want. Okay, I'm gonna move down a little and try the other side of the pond, huh? My stuff with me. Stay on my phone. Look at all the pieces here. Really? Okay, let's move down the dock a little bit. Now we can work the center and the left side of the dock. Yeah, I think it's going to be a short day. If you find number two, it'll be good. Weather conditions are just a little bit less bearable with the winds and being blustery cold and wet. Yes. It rained all this morning, snow and rain. But I figured I'd get out here because I only got like 2 days and then the water's going to start freezing. Yes, sir. Gonna have ice early this year, I think. lot of moisture in the air too. I don't know if you people are familiar, but when there's moisture in the air and it's cold, it's more unbearable than a dry cold. A dry cold I could stay out all day. A moist cold is yuck. That's the more unbearable. Come on, am I going to find one today? I hope so. We're going to find a fish. Got a bald eagle thing out today. I guess they had their belly full of sushi already. I'm kind of glad I wore my jacket instead of a sweatshirt I was going to wear down here. Keep all my change of clothes in my car, my fishing clothes. I got jacket, full jacket, and I have my sweatshirt. And you can keep my boots in there, because you just never know what you're going to wear that day. There we go. Somebody's taking it down. Got something. You know what? There still? Yeah, there. Yeah. Yes, and I had this. This is a little bigger. Yeah, this and that, this. No bigger than my hat, but you know what? This one's a little bigger for here, you know? Some bass action! Get some! Well, I'm not going to do the old skunkaroonie today, am I? We get the bass. It's about an 8-ounce bass. Maybe 10 inches, 11 inches. It was hungry. Yeah, it took it down like a trout, actually. You know? It didn't slam it. It just sort of nibbled on it and played with it. When you can, people, please catch and release. Let's get back out there, huh? Let's see if we get another one of those guys. Maybe we'll get something else. All right. Let's find the trout. I want a pretty rainbow trout. A 4-foot dialer. 8 years ago, I came to this dock, didn't have a fishing pole, found one. It was this little 4-foot handheld dialer. And I haven't stopped fishing with it since. It's one of my go-to poles. I can hold it and pop the minnow, bobber and the minnow. I set the hook real quick with it. It's always in my hand. Circa 1970s, I believe. The pole, that is. Not me. I'm circa 1960s. Yeah. Come on. Well, that was a fun little tug, that little bass. Water's got to be getting cold. I'm surprised they're still up close in this pond. It's only like 10 feet off the dock. There was one that came up right near me. Maybe they're traveling around now. Came up to give me the fin. You ain't catch me today, Mr. Bass in the Hat. How's that go? Come on, truck. Hold down the hill. Stock some more fish. Get some rainbows. Expecting my 13-foot Black Widow Daiwa fishing pole, telescopic fishing pole today in the mail. That thing's gonna be a beast. That thing's gonna be a beast fishing for carp, 20, 30-pound carp. Yeah, holding that pole and I got a big pit spool reel for it. Bait runner option, but it holds more line. Where this 13-foot pole was for casting, getting out halfway across the lake where the carp would be. It'll be fun, but I ain't gonna have no time to cast it on open water. We're gonna have ice in 2 days. It's not making ice. The line will start freezing up and you start fishing, you know. When it gets that cold, that's what happens. But working a bobber's impossible. You might be able to work a spoon, but then the ice gets caught in your eyelets. The fishing eyelets. So there's a transitional period when it gets that cold. You can't fish open water, but you're waiting for the ice. So there's that little, sometimes a week, 2-week transition period. You're just sitting at home waiting to get out on that ice. Yeah, running water won't ice up as quick, but stationary ponds, especially the ones right outside the city, go first. They freeze up first. And that's where our northern pike are. We're going to go after. Then I'll wait for this pond, the rainbow pond, to freeze up. But I'll be catching northern pike first. Maybe I'll put a fresh minnow on it. There we go. We got another customer. Another happy customer. Little nibbler. Yeah, nibbler. Come on. Come on, come on, come on and bite me, baby. Can't you see that I am not afraid? My pole is Japanese made. Come on. I know you want that minnow, now take it. Have another bass. I think it's time for a fresh minnow. Yeah, let's put some new bait. Well, he took me bait anyway. That little nibbler was nibbling on my dead minnow. Oh. Okay, take one glove off, and let's get another minnow. Well, you got about a good 15-20 minnows in here. 2 days are going to be worthless, I guess, because it's going to take about 4 days, 5 days to get all that ice made. Oh, the Swedish ice chart on the internet. They did a study in Sweden, and at 20 degrees for 24 hours, it's 1 inch of ice made. So we're going to have 4 days like that. Hopefully it's going to be 3 to 4 inches of ice. First day it really doesn't make ice, so I'm thinking 3 inches maybe. I don't know, we'll see. You never know, what's going to happen and how fast the winds are going to be. The wind has a factor to play in it too. Makes it more hard to freeze up when there's winds, high winds, like 15-20 mile per hour winds. So we'll see. Let's find a rainbow, huh? At least one. Well, the Vikings squeaked one out against the Chicago Bears. I mean, squeaked it out. It went into overtime, and the Bears choked in overtime. So, yeah, they better dial it up and start firing on 8 cylinders like they did at the beginning of the season, because they're only going to have harder teams to play. And the playoffs will be coming rolling around real soon. Come on, stock truck, where you at? You're gonna wait till tomorrow in stock. Hey, we got a happy customer. Funny you would. I missed it. Sorry. Hello, though. Thank you for your comment. Good day, mate. Yeah, we're trying to find a rainbow. We just had a bass. Had about an 8-ounce, 10-inch bass. The bass are still up by the dock, which is crazy. We got 2 days. 2 days, mate. Open water, and then boom, we're going down to the teens for 4 days. Cold front coming in from Canada. And yeah, get some ice, get some. Hopefully we're gonna make 3-4 inches of ice. That's what I live for, to walk on water. Ha ha! Yeah, my biblical freaking prophecies have come true, and I'm walking on water. Oh, you crazy nut. Nothing like the sound of an ice auger going through the ice and seeing those fish swim right underneath your feet. That's magical, mate. Doesn't get any better than that. And for all you people that hang up your fishing poles and hide in the house during the winter, good for you, my furry friends. More fun out here for me. Yeah, some people are just fair weather fishermen. And in a way, I understand. In the summertime, I don't like fishing in the humidity and chasing the bass. I mean, all those bugs, the ticks, the goose poop, I mean, yuck. And humidity. Yeah, I try to, if I go in the summertime fishing, I try to get out in the morning and then before noon get home before that humidity builds up. I know, being from Arizona, I don't like humidity. All you people from Minnesota could keep your humidity. Well, I like your ice and the snow. Come on, where you at, Mr. Rainbow? Just give me one. They got 4 yesterday, so, that's not a bad day yesterday. Then you come down here and you think you're going to get 4 or maybe 5, It's hard to live up to a good day. Yes, sir, it is. And if you're a true fisherman, you know that. You can't have a good day every day. Foster Aaron is possible, but my best day at Foster Aaron? Oh, you asked? My best day at Foster Aaron is 46 fish, all right? And that included a 20-inch, an 18-inch, and a 22-inch. I kept the 20-inch because it looked like a salmon, a bulldog. It was about 4.5 pounds. They start getting grotesque looking. They get that beak and stuff. And I let go all the rest. But catching 46 fish was fun as hell. Yes, sir. And I do a lot of catch and releasing. If you just started following me, I keep maybe 10% of the fish that I do catch. Some are more desirable than others, and I do a lot of sport fishing for carp. And I like catching carp and releasing them, doing the videos of the catch and the release. And I have a lot of fun while I'm doing it, Nate. Come on, where you at, guys? Yeah, even with my gloves on. It's a wet cold where, I mean, even with my gloves on my finger, I could feel the coldness and the dull aching pain in my fingertips. Come on, pull that bobber down. You know you want that minnow. Yum, yum, minnow. It's a pretty minnow, too. It's not the ugly ones. Whenever you go to the bait shop, don't buy the ugly minnows. You got to leave them in the bin. You only get the cute ones, the ones that the fish want. Never buy the ugly minnows. That's my fishing tip for you today. Well, we got one bass. It'd be kind of nice if I could just get one rainbow at least. Alright, let's cast it out there again, find some fish. Yeah, very quiet day down here. I've got the whole pond to myself. Like I own the place. Kind of like those days, but I'm sort of married to this pond right now. Once that ice comes, though, I'll start cheating. I'm going to start going to the other ponds after those northern pike. And that would be Silver Creek Reservoir. What a fun place, but remote to fish. The northern pike in there have bellies like catfish. They're so overfed. Loaded with little perch and little crappie. Nice cold days like this, like today, I like to go home and have a bowl, warm bowl of soup or something. Yum, it warms up your bones. you're going to come out in the elements, especially when it's like 20 degrees out or 15 degrees out, you got to do layers. You got to do layers and underwear. I do tights underneath my pants. Long john sort of tights. It's a must. It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters if you're warm or not. I'd rather look like a fool, a warm fool on the ice, than a freezing person who looks stylish on the ice. Okay? Seriously, you gotta dress warm coming out in the ice. You don't have to. You can sit at home and just watch me fish. I'll be doing a lot of ice shows this year. Live too. Okay? That's where I didn't do it last year, was live. I'm giving this live thing a good kick, a good season. See if I can make any progress on getting monetized. So if you can, please subscribe and watch. I appreciate it, my friends. We'll have fun. You'll see. I don't do any more than a 2-hour show, or even less, because my iPhone 14 battery just dries out, runs out. Okay, wind. There's got to be one trout out there traveling around at least, you know? There's 3 ones. A hobo. But also out in the ice, you need to, for safety precautions. I fell through the ice last year, and you wouldn't believe this cloth coat, how much weight, water it sopped up. When I went through the ice, it was like an extra 30, 40 pounds, carrying 30, 40 pounds of water on me. I'm going to have to change this jacket and go to something that's nylon that doesn't sop up water. There's a good tip for you. You never know when you can go through the ice. Especially in new ice and late ice. There we go. Is that bass I just caught again? One time down. Come on, take it again. There we go. Deciding whether it's hungry or not. Trying to pick my minnow off the hook, I bet. Come on. Guess it ain't hungry. Come on, stock truck, where are you? Hello. Yeah. Can you bring in 1,200 more rainbow trout here? Dump them in while I'm fishing? I put the phone call in. They're on their way. DoorDash is going to deliver them. There we go. He took me again. I think he just got it in the ground. He was fine eating that damn thing. not bubble gum. You gotta just frickin' swallow it. I guess action's action, though, you know. This one's right up close to the dock. That's why I'm thinking it's a bass playing around with that minnow. Well, they got hit with a storm out on the East Coast, I guess. That's where I'm from, the East Coast, but I'm living in Minnesota now. I'm a transplant, Minnesota transplant. 23 years in Arizona, decided, you know what? Let's watch grandchildren in Minnesota. So I moved to Minnesota. Wildlife, biodiversity of the wildlife in this state is just mind-blowing. You'll be fishing and have a river otter jump into the water right next to you, run down a hill and jump into the pond. It's crazy, man. It really is. All the different levels of waterfowl, and raptors, ospreys, bald eagles, ferrets, mink, you name it, red fox, gray fox, coyotes, wolves, you name it. Well, it looked like he just wanted to kill the minnow, or did he get that minnow? No, he didn't get it. Okay, let's go out. Look at here. Look, let's go out there. I've seen a couple jumpers out there. Not many though. Oh, I'm on my, I'd say 5th or 6th live taping, and I'm trying to dial it in, you know, be funnier with my jokes. Yeah, right. I don't do much editing. I'm not a big fan of editing, so I'm doing these live shows, and it's live. There's no editing involved. Before I used to do shorts and just do the money shot of catching the fish. But I was spinning my wheels and not making no money, not just, you know, so I'm going to try to start making money off this YouTube gig. I've been doing it for over 5 years, so it's about time I start monetizing myself. And hence why I'm doing these live shows. That's where the money is, and people watching you for hours and hours. Shout out to Everything Country and Anything Possible. The two guys that talked me in actually through both are monetized. There we go, we got a little bit of a ripple wind. This might help with the plane. A new guy I found out. It's right down the state below me in Iowa, fishes carp. Outdoors with Tom. I kind of like his gig, fishing those carp. I like watching people fish carp. It's fun watching them pull in those monster beasts. There we go, another bite. We got a little nibbler. The bite is really just, it's tough today. They're not grabbing it, they're just nibbling like they don't want to bite, like someone's forcing them to eat it. And they don't want to. Come on, bop, 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 bop. Take it down. Just don't kiss him. You gotta take it down. Come on, fight me. Get serious. There we go, he's traveling. Take me away. Yes, sir. Ooh, nice one. Oh, we got the rainbows coming in. The rainbows coming in. This is a nice one. This is why I like this style of pole. Look at that pole bed. And look at that rainbow. This is a nice rainbow. This is a beaut. Look at the size of that one, huh? Oh man, that's probably the biggest I got all week. That's a beaut. Right by the nose too, hook set. Yep, he's starting to spray me. I'm gonna have baby trout when I go home. I get in the bathtub. Come on, get that hook out. There we go. Check that out, huh? Dripping all over. Rainbow. Oh, drip on my phone, man. Come on. You can't impregnate my phone. Rainbow action. Look at that beauty, huh? Beautiful doll, isn't she? Yeah. Male. I want to mean she. It's a he. Yeah, that's like a 14-inch rainbow there, okay? Rainbow. And when you can, people please catch and release, just like so. Let me wipe my phone off here. That trout sprayed the camera phone. And that was awesome, man. That was the one I was asking for, too. That was a good 14-inch one. I should have measured it, but I didn't. Darn. Oh, well. You guys seen how big it was. Okay, let's try it for another. The bite is, wow, it was really soft bite. Yeah, they got some big ones in here. Like to see them a little bigger, but $14 isn't bad, you know? If you like eating rainbow trout, that's a great eater. I haven't eaten rainbow in a while because I could just eat it 5 days a week at this place, fishing here, but it gets tiring eating the same old fish through the eyeballs, all right? Fathead minnow through the eyeballs. That's the way the bass in the hat rolls. Yeah, that was a nice rainbow, wasn't it, guys? Okay, let's get my line all tangled up now, right? What the hell, man? Keep the glove back on. Yeah, that was a nice rainbow. But this pole, I'll tell you what pole will bend like this. Look, how many poles you know bend like that and without breaking? That's old. Old works. Old gets the job done. Let's find a bigger one than that one, okay? That was a good little fighter too. He was. That warmed my bones up a little, I'll tell you that, when you catch something like that. It makes staying another half hour bearable instead of, you know, no biting at all. You hook them by the nose, man, and they're not coming off. Yes, sir. One bass and one rainbow. One 10-inch bass, one 14-inch rainbow. That's not bad so far, mates. Come on, where you at? It was down deep too. About 6 foot deep. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun this year since I went live. I'll try to entertain you. 3, 4 days on the ice, maybe a week. Conditions matter, and of course, you know, when it's 15 degrees or lower, I don't like to go out in the ice. Because without a tent, you can only spend a half hour out of there without getting frostbite of the fingers. So, the variables of the weather, the wind and so forth, the temperature, and then the wind chill factor, they all play into that. Whether you're going to spend a half hour on the ice or 4 hours on the ice, okay? I like spending 3 or 4 hours on the ice personally, then I could cover more area and find that rainbow tornado. That's what it's all about. Rainbow tornado. You find where the trout are swirling around like they do in the hatchery. You drill a hole right in the center, and you stay there all day just pulling up fish after fish after fish after fish. That's 20, 30 fish a day sometimes. Yes, sir. That's what Foster Aaron's all about. Come on, sit there. Yes, sir. That last trout was, oh man, 14, all 14 inches, probably close to a pound, 3/4 of a pound at least. Oh, somebody's taking it. Oh, he tried to steal my minnow as I was going to pop my bobber, and he got me. He got my minnow when I popped my bobber. I felt his mouth. Okay, good thing I got more minnows, huh, mate? Yeah, I like using the term mate, like the English people do. It's a term of endearment. It means friend, you know, that's all. One time I said it to an American I was fishing with, some other strange guy. I said, hey mate, how you doing today? Yeah, I'm not your mate. Oh, I'm sorry. Mate just means friend. Well, I'm not your friend either. Oh, excuse me or excuse you, you know. Americans are so strung up and hung up on a lot of things, man. It's crazy. They get offended and there's sensitive feelings. They're always offended. Can't have a little fun, man. There's no sense in coming outside and spending time with the big folks, okay? We can't take a joke or have a little fun. Jeez. Okay, fathead minnow through the eyeballs. Let's get some. Mate. Let's get some, mate. I'm not your mate. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not your friend either. And then the guy, when He left in about 15 minutes and wanted to give me his minnows. I said, no, I don't want your minnows. I gave it back to him. You want to be rude? I could be rude too. It's easy to be rude. Just go on the internet and find every rude person you can. Come on. You gotta have fun while you're doing it though. You know? Okay, when the ice is forming in 2 days, when the ice starts forming, what I'm gonna do is make a couple videos of the gear that people use and the gear that I use. What they bring out in the ice and what you need for safety, etc., etc., etc. That's what I'm gonna do for the 3-4 days that it's so cold out. The water here is gonna turn the ice. I'll make a couple videos, 1 or 2. They won't be long. Because I gotta take my fishing poles out of the back of my car now and put my ice gear in there. Start stocking up for ice. Yeah, it's a very timid bite today. Very timid. There's that wind blowing. Got to safeguard my phone and not have it blow in the water. I heard a truck. Maybe have that truck roll down the hill with the fish that I called for. Yeah, a lot of times I fish down here 3-4 days a week, but I don't keep any. I might give one away here and there. I release them all the trout I catch. I get like 1,500 trout a year at least, and I release them, all of them. I'll keep a brown and I'll keep brook trout. They put the brooder brooks in here at a 15 to 20 inch brook trout. Too big to put in the stream after they've been in the hatchery making eggs and little ones. So they put them in here, they retire them in false rearing. And the other hatchery has big browns and big rainbows, the brooder stock, and they can't put them in the stream because they're too big. They retire them in false rearing. And I'm just so lucky. But they don't send out a memo or a flare and say, hey, look, we're stocking the brood stock. You got to be here and find out for yourself. And you will find out if you follow me, because I'm always here. You follow? You should be following. It'll be a plus if you live in this area and you want to come down after those brood stock. Or you want to know when the brook trout get put in. They've been doing it on a yearly basis, the brook trout. I think it was January when they did it last year. Maybe it was late December. So we're not that far off. It's about a month off. Okay, if this wind starts kicking up, I'm shutting her down, man. It ain't worth risking my phone in the water, I'll tell you that. I got my one trout, and it's, boy, a beaut of a trout too, 14 inch. And I got a bass, nice bass, so I'm satisfied. That's not a bad day. I haven't been down here for 2 hours yet, I know that, maybe an hour. Yep, going on an hour. Is the bite bonkers? Every day it can't be bonkers, you know? It's more brutal than bonkers. They're just nibbling and then deciding, you know, after half a minute, well, maybe I will take it. It's not a very persistent bite. I guess they gotta acclimate to the weather too, just like us humans. Well, we'll try casting over by the beach. We'll work that little area, and then maybe I'll just call it, go home and have me a big hot bowl of soup, warm my bones, settle in, and wait for the mailman to come with my 13-foot pole. Where's my pole, mate? I got caught in the middle of delayed in the mail. It was supposed to be here yesterday. There's a bump. We're up close and personal today. Come on. You know you want it. Where's my pole, mate? Gonna have a 13-foot pole? Yeah. And it can hold up to 3-ounce weight on it. You can cast with a 3.5 actually, which is crazy. 3.5-ounce weight is a lot of weight. 13-foot pole, you should be able to throw a 2-ounce weight. Boy, they say it goes over 100 yards, a whole football field. You can cast if you know what you're doing. And that's just plumb crazy, man. Okay? And it's fantastic if you're fishing, if you're targeting carp. Get out there where they're really at, the sandbars and that was just a little nibble and that's it. Didn't want it. Yep, one more day open water. Cold front coming in from Canada. Bone chilling cold front. Bone chilling? We're talking 23 high, 11 at night. Oh yeah, that's bone chilling. That's what makes ice in a state, when you reach temperatures that low. And that's Minnesota here. Gotta get really cold to make ice. And that's only 1 inch per 24 hours. So it's gotta stay cold, that temperature, not some freak temperature, just come in for 1 day and leave. You gotta stay that way for a good 4 or 5 days, and then you're gonna have 4 or 5 inches of ice, and 4 inches of ice is good walkable ice if it forms correctly. But early ice is the most unsafe, so you gotta be careful. Especially when you're a big boy like me, 230 pounds, 230 pounds, okay? difference between 4 and 5 inches of ice, that extra inch can hold 800 pounds. That's what the difference between 4 and 5 inches of ice. You know, I've been in this state for 8 years, Minnesota, and up in the upper parts of the state, the lakes are so huge, they drive their cars and trucks across the ice. And that's sustainable, even though mentally it's mind-blowing that anybody would do that. But when your lake is a couple of miles long, it makes sense to drive out where the fish are. And it's got to be 17 inches of ice and up for it to drive a vehicle that can hold 2,000 pounds. And but if your vehicle goes down in the water by some slim chance, you got to pay to get it fished out, which is like $5,000. But can you imagine calling up your insurance agent and say, hey, are you going to insure me? I just dropped my truck at the bottom of the lake. Oh, I'd love to be sitting in on that phone call. The insurance agent laughing at them, you know? Let's face it, I mean, if you got some old 1960s, 1970 junker truck, pickup truck, driving it on the ice, it's one thing. If you got a brand new 2024, 2025 vehicle you're going to drive on the ice, I'd say, man, that's just freaking plumb crazy. Okay, somebody's taking me down. Slowly again. It's a real slow bite. Come on, take it down again. Yeah, we got him. He's going fast again. There's another bass. Yeah, it's a smaller one. Very slow bite though. Yes, sir. Some bass action. All right. It's no bigger than my hat, so it's certified as an official bass in the hat bass. That's what that is. It's official. You belong to my club. You can. I let him have the minnow too, huh? Right here on the side of his mouth. Can catch and release. All right, now we're going to move down the dock a little, and we're going to work the shoreline. I don't need to keep on catching that bass 10 times. These bass, that's what I don't like about bass too. They'll have 5 holes in their mouth, and the dumbbells will come and knock on your door again and try to take your next minnow, which makes no sense, to me at least. Trout aren't that dumb. They'll get hooked once, and then it'll take them maybe a week or two before they start feeding again. They learn the lesson. Okay, we're going to work right here. Use the junk in my vest to lay down my camera stand here so it don't blow in the water. Yeah, it'd be kind of nice if that stock truck came to rolled down that hill, I'll tell you that. It'd be kind of nice and sweet. They stocked another 600 or 1,200 fish in here. The bite would really get ferocious then. I said ferocious. All right, people. When you can catch and release. I'm not preaching catch and release, but there's times when you can. No fish should just have to be killed just for the sake of killing it. Like in the United States, they do that to carp, some people. It's an invasive species. You gotta kill it. You gotta kill it and let it lay on the shore and maggots crawl out of it so the next fisherman smells it. Nah, that's just not the way to roll, mates. Okay, that's not the way to roll. Live and let live, the way I see it. Okay, let's get out there and stop preaching. Let's find that next rainbow out there, okay? Get some! more bass. I'm done with the bass, all right? Unless it's a 3 to 6 pound bass. I'm not asking for much, am I? Unless you guys don't eat my minnows. Only rainbows are going for now. Come on. Sometimes the trout like this beach area, it's all sandy, it's low, so the minnows cruise that beach area and the trout come on the beach looking for those minnows. Bait fish. Well, those big browns in here, they cruise the shoreline by the beach. Man, big browns love fathead minnows, I'll tell you that. They love them. Man, nothing like the taste of a good brown trout, though. It tastes like a sockeye salmon. It's exactly what it tastes like, a sockeye salmon, my friends. Red flesh. Of course, the trout are related to salmon, in case you didn't know. Except brook trout. Brook trout is more related to the Arctic char. What a pretty fish, though, man. You ever see the brook trout? It's a spectacular, beautiful fish. Yep, the ice is coming, whether we want it or not. And I'm going to enjoy it this year. And you're going to enjoy watching me be on it. We'll do some northern pike ice fishing, and we'll do rainbow trout ice fishing. Fun to be had, man, out in that ice. I'm not going to hide in some tent either with a heater. That's not the way I roll. I go out in the elements. Do about 20, 30 holes till I find the fish I'm looking for. Oh, that wind's getting a little too nasty. Yup, the ice is coming. Yeah, after living in a state where you go ice fishing, I'll tell you what, my personal belief is I probably couldn't live in another state where ice doesn't form. So I'd have to go either upstate or upstate New York or someplace that gets extremely cold, because I love fishing on the ice. Colorado's another one. I hope to move a fourth time in my life. I've lived all over from Philadelphia to Phoenix, now Minnesota, 3 different states. It's a big country, man, and a beautiful country. A lot of people from different ethnic backgrounds, and tell you a tip. If you watch the other fishermen, you're going to learn a lot. Eventually, there's stuff to be learned. Whether it be tying a knot or the way they cast or whatever. You could always pick something up. Make it your own too after you pick it up. That's the way I develop my style. Watching other fishermen, and I'll take that. That I won't. This I will. And then make it your own. Your own style. Alright, quite even worse than it was. Minnow's dancing like Tina Turner singing Rolling Down the River. Yeah. Proud Mary. Young people even know Proud Mary song. Okay, I got that one. Sweet spot there. Let's see if we get a hit now. Yeah, about almost ready. One trout wouldn't be bad. It'd be two bass, two trout. Yeah, Foster Aaron. Year-round trout fishing. Special regulation pond. Beginning of October all the way to next year, the end of May. They will put every 2 weeks, at least 600 fish in here. Sometimes they put 1,200 around the holidays. Thanksgiving's coming up, I expect them to put 1,200, something like that in here. I'm rolling down that hill with a three tank utility truck instead of just a 1-tank S10. And we'll load up on 3 tanks of fish. How many fish they put in here, you can't even fathom. I mean, how much fish do they breed down at these hatcheries? And they're constantly feeding them pellets and feeding them, bulking them up. They must breed a lot of fish. got an appetite today. They don't want to bite. I'm going to shut it down and I'm going to bite. I'm going to go home and do run. Very timid bite today. And they sort of are nibbling. Even the bass are just nibbling. The bass usually pull down a bobber. They're just nibbling today for some odd reason. I don't know. Let's go on it. 7 feet down too, man. Let's bring it up a little. I think about approximately one more day of fishing and the ice is coming. Flint makes nice clean ice. There's 4 days it drops below 20 degrees. Yep, I'm gonna have to put all my open water fishing gear away. Take out my ice gun. I think we did as much damage as I could do today. This bite is very thin. Some days going to be better than other ones. Wasn't a terrible day. Caught 3 fish within an hour. And a 14-inch rainbow trout, which is something to brag about. Maybe tomorrow will be warmer before it gets cold. Come back out again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your comments, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, man. Just turn off your notifications so I don't blow up your phone every day. I do sometimes, when I'm doing the shorts, I post maybe 10 to 15 shorts. You'll love my shorts. Oh, here we go, we got a fight. Never again. Yeah, we got a rainbow, rainbow. Yes, sir, get some. Another nice one. Not as nice as the last one, but there we go. Number two, rainbow. Okay, he didn't swallow it. That's a fat one. Chunky monkey. Rainbow, rainbow time. Another male. They say the females taste sweeter. Like anything in life, I believe so. Okay, let me get that hook out. If I can find it. There we go. A beauty, isn't it? Huh? Foster and rainbow. Yes, sir. Let's get some rainbows. Rainbow trout. Number 2. That one's about, look how red the fin is, the bottom fin. That one's about, I'd say 11. The other one was 14. When you can, please catch and release just like so. We'll give it another minnow. That was fun. We'll go out there again. Let's see what else we get. Yeah, 4 fish today. That's a good day. Yeah, that's a good day, mate. Even though I got 2 bass. Yesterday I got 4 trout. Got some blood on there too. Probably from the trout. Alright. Approximately 5 feet down with that bobber. It's a very slow bite. They sort of nibble at it. After 20-30 seconds, then they pull it down just a little. Never pulling the bobber all the way down. It's a very timid bite, I would say, at the very best. Through the eyeballs, mate. Fathead minnow. That's the way the bass in the hat rolls. Alright, get some rainbow trout action. Just maybe it's afternoon bites is dialing in right now. There's trout in that tornado out there. Okay, let's start traveling around now. Late in the afternoon instead of in the morning. You just never know the way these trout will act. Or what they're taking, what they're feeding off of. These stockers, you know, they get fed pellets in the hatchery, so they got to relearn what to eat all over again. I think catching them native ones out of a stream and stuff are a little harder than actually just catching these dumb stockers. But this is all about convenience, my fishing hole here. It's right in town and it's year round. So, I mean, it does get it more convenient than that. I mean, every other state's got a trout season. You got to fish the season. This season is out of the trout season. It's year round. We put them in, we take them out. This is a put and take lake. After you got surplus fish, they dump them in here, 600 every 2 weeks. Yeah, I was going to leave until I caught that trout. Now I feel invigorated again. The fish meter's dialing up. Bink, 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 bink. It's all about elevating your mood. I usually listen to music when I'm down here instead of taping off my iPhone. I put in the Bluetooth earbuds and just fish and listen to my play hits. Listen to my iPhone 14, Bluetooth, music, off Spotify. Get in the mood, and when you catch a fish, it's even more exhilarating. to each his own. I mean, that truck ain't gonna come rolling down that hill. Maybe tomorrow. They usually stock around the holidays. And they put a lot in around the holidays. Okay, one more cast. The sun hasn't been out all day. Looks like it's trying to break through. Some days in Minnesota during the winter, you have those sort of days where you never see the sun until it's setting 5 or 6 in the at night. It's crazy. So many clouds always, sometimes. Okay, one more cast. And I'm going to go home and do lunch. Warm up. And we got all the way out there. Some trout are all the way out there. Some nice slack. The more slack I get in this short pole, the harder it is to set the hook, hence why I got to pull my arms up above my head. So I set that hook and taunt the line. Tighten it up. Come on, find me one more. Just one more, that's what you keep on saying in your head. Just one more hit, one more fish. Can be addictive, my friends. Can be fishing, but it's a good addiction. Come on, one more bite, one more bite. There's the wind again. Very wet, cold out. Barely bearable. Barely. I guess I got to get used to the cold because I'm going to be out there on that ice. I have to acclimate my body. I'm in training. I say that to my wife. She says, you're not in training for anything. Acclimate your body to the cold temperatures and stay out there longer on the ice. That's the way I see it. Yeah, most of the fish I've caught, and they're close up to the dock there. They weren't that far out. Go again. Oh, got me that time. Yes, sir. Throw another minnow on. That was a bass. I think it took it down quick. Yes, sir. That's what I think it was. The quicker they take it down, but sometimes it could be a trout too. One more minnow. That's it. And I'm leaving. I believe I'll be leaving. Yeah, I only got 2 more days to open with a fish. That's why I'm spending more time outside. Get in your hours before it turns to ice. Through the eyeballs, mate. Here comes the sun. Oh boy, all day we haven't seen you coming out. Fantastic. That'll warm me up a little. Not close. Let's get that fish. Stole my minnow. I want my minnow back. Come on, Mr. Sun. Break on through to the other side. Break on through. I'm singing to the sun. Jim Morrison sings to the sun. Alright, let's go all the way out there again. Last cast, I do believe. Unless I get a big freaking fish, then I'll stay. We're going to go all the way out there. Send that slack out. See if the trout are hanging out all the way out there. So even when you're out there on the ice, I found when you find a trout in the 20-25 foot range of water, that tornado will rise up to feed and then go back down. And that tornado, the swirl, will stay there or move maybe 10 yards this way, 10 yards that way in proximity. But they stay in the same area. Relatively, sort of the same area. And then you'll have some that just travel around the pond. Break-offs of the tornado. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 of them that break off, or 4 or 5. You're listening to me on the phone and saying, what's this guy even talking about, man? You'll see when I get out in the ice what I'm talking about. I'll explain it all. Who's this crazy guy with the furry hat? Where the hell, what kind of closet did he come out of? What kind of dumpster did he crawl out of? Gotta be a little crazy in this life, my friend. Yeah, I think we're going to be wrapping this up. My belly's starting to tell me otherwise. Need something a little to munch on. Didn't do bad today. 2 and 2. 2 trout and 2 bass. There we go. Come on. Yep, there's a nibble. Just a little nibbler. And then it turns into another little nibble. And then another one, that's a trout. Oh yeah. Trout signature of a bud. There we go. Now they're getting serious. Take it down one more time. It'll be the 4th time it took it down. Yeah, now we got him. Yes, sir. We got a runner. A little dancer. Yeah, rainbow action. Get some. We got another nose hook set. What we're getting, the size we're getting today. Check this out. Another nice one. A beautiful eater. Another male. 3 males. Oh my God, they're big. Okay, we got the bottom lip for the hook set. Huh? But hey, load them spraying all over. I'm gonna have baby trout when I go home in the bathtub today. Look at that beauty, huh? Yes, sir. What's number 3? Number 3 rainbow. Yes, sir. Hold on, we'll get you loose. Look at that beauty, huh? Rainbow action, huh? Spraying all over the place. Rainbow trout. That one that's a 12. So we got 11, a 12, and a 14. But he's got some meat on him, man. Good fillets. When you can, please catch and release. All right. I think we're going to call it for today. We'll come back here again tomorrow, though. If you're willing to watch tomorrow, you know. All you people, new people on the tube that are following me, thank you. If you're not, please subscribe. And you're going to see how much fun of a fisherman I am. I try to keep it light humor, funny. But you have fun while you're doing it. That's the key to fishing. Have fun while you're doing it. Yeah, let's shut her down and we'll see you. One more look at the lake. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. We're going to ice up in approximately 2 days too. You're going to get 4 days, drop below 20 degrees for 4 days straight. Yeah! We'll be out there on the ice this year, okay? And you're going to come with me, all right? You could be nice and warm in your house or in Florida and watch me out in the ice. Okay, thank you for watching. Good day, mates.